begin, I request all members present here to stand for the Tamil Altar. Thank you. Okay, now let's start with the welcome address by Honorable Secretary of IER, Please, sir.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. As the Secretary of Institution of Engineers India, Tiruvallur Local Center, I would like to propose a welcome address for this World Telecommunication Day program. It's scheduled on May 17th. So, we have decided to celebrate this particular program with the latest developments which are happening there in this communication arena. As all of we are aware, without communication, we would not have been such civilized as we are. So, had it not been there, any sort of communication. So, definitely, even the animals do communicate with each other for their social living also. So, it is very, very important, the communication. So, how the communication has evolved over a period of thousands of years or millions of years. Now we are in this latest communication trend, that is, we have got IPv6 with us. So, as part of the celebration of this World Communication Day, in fact, we have chosen this particular topic, IPv6, because you, the engineers, budding engineers, should work only in these protocols, in these standards when you go for your job. So, at that time, a thorough understanding of this particular topic is very, very important for you. So, that's why we have started reviewing choosing this particular topic. So, coming to the welcome address, first I would like to welcome, though our president is not with us, but he is there always for all our IE activities. So he provides all the facilities, especially he has given the space for functioning of this IE Tiruvallur local center in our campus itself. So that's why we should be able to have many such activities frequently being rolled out also. So let me have the pleasure to welcome our President Engineer A.C. Arun Kumar, and then of course our Vice Chancellor Madam Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi. She has accepted to be the to teach this and then giving the presidential address also. But unfortunately, just now she was struck up in another meeting here in ACS Medical College. So anyway, let me also welcome Dr. Gitalashmi Madam. Now we have our Vidam again, Dr. Vishwanathan sir, our rector. I think all of you are aware of his background. So he is from former Anna University Vice Chancellor. He is a pillar of activity for all these developments. Right now, he is leading our university in terms of satellite and space applications. So, which is a niche domain as far as our competing university or contemporary university or institutions are concerned. So, he is leading us in this particular domain also. So, happy to welcome sir for this IPv6 program. Let me also welcome the other officials like extra, joint extras, and additional extras. Uh, I'm happy to welcome today's resource person, Professor Dr. Sarveshwaran Ramadas. He is the Professor Emeritus at Malaysian University of Science and Technology. Soon he will be coming online to deliver the first topic of this particular IPv6 technical talk. He heads the Asia Pacific domain of this particular IPv6 forum. So it is a universal forum. So he heads that Asia Pacific, where our country is coming in this jurisdiction. And then followed by him, we have the welcome Ms. Vallikan Nagappa, who is the Chief Executive of this operations of IPv6 also. Already, Madam has come 2-3 occasions to our university to give insights on this particular topic. So first, he started with the faculty members, and then to some of the students also. He is proposing about the importance of IPv6. So let me also welcome Ms. Vallikan. And then we have Mr. Kumarapandi. He is the Chief Executive Officer. He sits over here. So he is a man behind all these initiatives to our university with respect to IPv6. So in fact, we have signed an MOU. He made us, our university, to sign an MOU with the IPv6 forum itself. So officially, now our university will have the stake in all the developmental and the knowledge transfer activities in this particular regard also. Followed by that, let me welcome Dr. Balamurugan, our IEI chairman. Of course, I am the secretary, so I have welcomed myself also. Okay. Then Dr. Ramesh is also there. So just now he has left for his personal work also. So he was the IEI past chairman. So these are the protocols. Then we have our IEI joint secretary, Dr. GP Ramesh is also there in the stage. So let me welcome him also. And then the other, the past the chairman of IEA as well as the past secretary of IEA. Let me welcome. At the same time, we have three important professors with us who are representing the various council in the state center also. Let me have the privilege to welcome Dr. Ganesan, so who is the committee member, who is an apex body of IEI, the state center is concerned. Yeah? So he is representing the mechanical division. So let me welcome Dr. Ganesan. And then we have Dr. Sendil, who is representing the electronic division of the state division also. So and then one more, Dr. Anthony is there. Anthony. Okay, I think probably he will be busy in various activities. So these are the three key personalities from our university representing the state center in the respective domains also. So why I'm telling you, always we can take the lion's share of these IE activities onto our Tiruvallur local center as well as onto our university stream also. So this much of strength is there with us. So let me also welcome our additional dean, Dr. Kanya, who is representing our dean, Dr. Ekraj. So let me also welcome the other faculty friends and beloved students to this very important day of transferring of a very important knowledge of IPv6 to our student community. I welcome you all.
Thank you, sir, for inviting all the staffs and students. Now I would like to welcome Dr. N. Ganeshan, sir, to deliver a speech about IEI.
Good afternoon, all. I'm very happy that Tiruvallur Local Center of Institution of Engineers has organized an excellent program today. It's the need of our and as a part of celebration of World Telecommunication Information Day, we are having this seminar today. So I would like to give a briefing about the Institution of Engineers because I don't know only of you know about the Institution of Engineers as students. So the Institution of Engineers India, shortly known as IEI, is the largest multidisciplinary professional body of engineers established in the year 1920. So we have just crossed the 100th year, and we also celebrated the centenary celebration in Chennai also by conducting various conferences and conventions. And it is having headquarters at Calcutta and incorporated under the Royal Charter on 9th September 1935 by the then His Majesty of King George V. The Royal Charter endowed the institution with the responsibility to promote the general advancement of engineering amongst its members and persons attached to the institution. After independence, the institution is a body corporate protected under Article 372 of the Constitution of India. The Institution of Engineers India is administered by a national council with the president as its head. The institution has been serving the engineering fraternity for over a century with its national and international presence through 124 centers spread all over India and 6 overseas chapters. So, as I told you, the Institution of Engineers is having its headquarters at Calcutta, and every state we have a state center. Institution of Engineers has got a state center in every state of India. Tamil Nadu also we have the state center at Chennai. So it is also having 15 engineering divisions with a corporate membership of over 2 lakhs. And the next level, next to the state center, we have in each state number of local centers. Because a single state center cannot cater to the needs of the entire state. So the Institution of Engineers has followed the scheme of establishing the local center of Institution of Engineers within the state. So, for example, in Tamil Nadu, we have 16 local centers. We have 16 local centers in various parts of Tamil Nadu, starting from Coimbatore, then we have Salem, we have the Neyveli, Ranipet, then maybe Kanchipuram, Kattangurutur. Like this, we have 16 local centers. So also Tiruvallur local center. So we are now conducting this program on behalf of Tiruvallur local center. So I will also tell about the various activities of these local centers. And IEA has been recognized as a scientific and industrial research organization by the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. And besides conducting its own research, it provides granting aid to UG, PG, students of engineering institutions and universities. The Institution of Engineers India is the first professional body to represent India in several international bodies
such as the World Mining Congress, the World Federation of Engineering Organization, the Commonwealth Engineers Council, the Federation International du Beton, and the Federation of Engineering Institutions of South and Central Asia. It also has bilateral agreement with a number of professional scientists societies across the globe. IA holds international professional engineers registered for India under the Global International Professional Engineers Alliance. Also, Institute of Engineers as a pioneer body have been conducting Section A and B examinations, popularly known as AME. I don't know how many of you have heard of this. So the AME was a boon during the years prior to 2000, because that time there was not that much of engineering institution across the country. So by everybody may not get engineering admission. Today you know what the status is. That time everybody may not get engineering admission. So the one way of acquiring the engineering degree by doing the AME, Associate Member of Institution of Engineers, in which this Institution of Engineers used to, even today they are conducting examinations in various disciplines. They conduct in Section A and Section B examination. Once you pass these two examinations, you will be given AME, which is equal to your BTech. So that was the status. Even today, many people who are not able to join the institution or university, and they will be going for some job because of some economic condition. Those people can also get a BTech degree through this AME. So that was one avenue. And there are, as I was telling, there are 15 divisions under the Institute of Engineers India. I can tell the names: aerospace engineering, agricultural, architectural, marine, chemical, civil, computer science engineering, then you have electrical engineering, electronics and communication, mechanical, material science and mechanical engineering, mining engineering, engineering, and textile engineering. It has covered almost all the engineering, including computer science. So all these 50 institutions, they have councils and executive council members. So that's the structure of the Institute of Engineers. And exams are also conducted in all the 15 areas. So ever since its inception, IA has been the forerunner in setting up national standards for promoting the country's industrial base, which culminated on the creation of the Indian Standard Institution (ISI), now called as Bureau of Indian Standards. IA, in collaboration with Springer Nature Private Limited, regularly publishes peer-reviewed international journals in 5 series covering 15 engineering disciplines. I told earlier. IA also issues membership certification to the eligible engineers, technologists, and scientists, chartered engineer, professional engineer, and international professional engineer certification in various disciplines of engineering are also issued by this institution. During the Indian Engineering Congress National Convention Engineers Day, recognitions and awards are conferred upon the distinguished engineers in recognition of their contribution in the engineering domain. So our center also is planning to honor the various people from industry or academic for their lifetime achievement awards. The institution maintains a panel of highly qualified and well-experienced arbitrators having technical and professional engineering competence, covering 15 core engineering disciplines from amongst its fellow members who are attached to the state local centers. So state local centers of IEA spread across the country do organize technical activities and provide platform to the stakeholders, technocrats, policymakers, and others to share their expertise to benefit the engineering fraternity. So as the state is doing, every local center is conducting number of seminars, workshops, conventions, conferences like that for the benefit of the student community. So this is one among them. So this is also one of the program organized by the Tiruvallur local center for the benefit of the student community. I would like to tell about some of the membership in the institution that is important as students and also for the faculty member. So the Institute of Engineers, they have got 2 types of membership. One is the corporate membership, another is a non-corporate. So under corporate membership, the eligibility is minimum engineering degree, a BTech degree. So in that we have 3 types of membership. maybe fellow member and associate member. So to start with, any student who is completing his BTech degree can become an associate member. Okay, can become an associate member. Once you acquire some experience, minimum of 10 years experience in the engineering field, you can become a member of the institution. Yes. And again, the next level, based on seniority, you can get also the fellow member. So these are the various types of membership for the faculty. Similarly, for the students also, membership is there. There are member technologies, associate member technologies, student member. That is your category. So all of you can become student member of the institution of EF. So all those things we may be talking separate meeting. What is the method of becoming members? I think already some students are members. Some students of our university are already members of the institution of engineers. So it's a very minimum subscription is required for this. So I think with this introduction about there are a lot of things I also want to tell about the benefits for the student member. Only that I will tell and I will stop there. So by becoming a student member, so what are the benefits you get? You can have the free access for the Springer journals. Student members can have the free access and also can avail the journal hard copies at a concessional rate. Student members may access the IEA library at the headquarters as well as state local centers. So in state local center we have a library where we have the access to the all the journals. And once you become student member, you can have free access. Student members also are entitled to receive monthly tabloid IEA news, that's also newsletter. Then you have the opportunity to participate in technical events, seminars, symposia, convention, workshop, etc. And also in the conferences, international level, you will get 20% discount. By becoming a student member, you will get 20% discount on the registration fee. Student members may avail the opportunity of staying in a IEA guest house at a free of cost. So spread across the country. I think these are the benefits, and our student groups receive grants for their final year project. That's also the important point. If you are a student member and if you want some financial assistance for completing your project work, that also IEA will be assisting you. So this is about the institution of engineers. So because the main agenda is the talk by the resource person, I don't want to take much time. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for the enlightening speech about IEM. Now I would request to welcome Dr. S. Deeta, head of the CAC department, to provide insights about today's event. Now, please.
Very good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the dais, my dear colleagues and dear students. I feel very happy to be the part of this event on the emerging topic as IPv6, which will be organized by IEA Trivandrum Local Center. We, the faculty, are being associated with the IEA Trivandrum Local Center under the leadership of Dr. Balamurugan and Dr. Srivastava, who is the additional minister of us. We have gathered here for the technical talk on IPv6, organized by IEA Trivandrum Local Center. As in the theme of, as it's been token of World Telecommunication and Information Day, has been celebrated annually on every year, 17th May since 1969 onwards. As we the engineers always has to proud ourselves and respect ourselves to prove on what way we are proving themselves to know the betterment of engineering technologies. So by having such a thought in our mind, we are celebrating the World Telecommunication and Information Day by providing the talk in the lead of the day topic IPv6. I don't know how many of you have known about it. People are keep on using the Google, and if you are not getting the data as soon as possible, we feel more irritating on why I didn't get the data as early as possible. But every individual has to know about what is the technology behind it to keep the data put forward to us. So that's why this topic focuses on. And the topic IPv6 is the need of the day to know the importance on next generation Internet Protocol IPv6, that is version 6, Internet Protocol version 6, which is mainly used in the 7 layers of the communication network layer, the network layer of, and Internet will be able to grow millions of times in current size and in terms plus concern. So how IPv6 help us to expand the number of address spaces to provide the communication very fast to the end-to-end users. So every one among us should know about what is the usage of IPv6, why I should know, where I can apply that IPv6 concept. So in this part as concerned, we the department have taken the first initiative to organize such a wonderful 5 days training program under the theme of IPv6 in the guidance of Additional Registrar Dr. Cyril sir, and our students have completed 10 days training program of IPv6. They have given a very good feedback about this is not one which we are in need of. So we are always looking for us what is the emerging technology which has to be known by every individual students to be given to any one of the forum. That's why we landed on today. So we have eminent speakers on today, Dr. Sureshwaran sir and Ms. Varikan madam and our additional registrar Dr. Cyril sir. They are the pillars of the one which is going to be enlightening us what is IPv6, when I have to know about all those things, how I have to apply it, why I should need all those things. So just once again welcoming you and making you people joining us this extraordinary event where innovation moves to bounds and the future of technology is sculpted by the bright minds of today. So thank you everyone for being the part of this innovative talk on IPv6, which is the lead of the day. I hope this the next three speakers session would enabling us and making us to be known about what is IPv6. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for your overview and brief details about today's event. It's an honor to have Dr. D. Vishwanathan, Rector of Dr. NJ Education and Research Institution. I call upon Sir to deliver the inauguration address. So please.
Distinguished speakers for this program, Professor Sureshwaran from Malaysia. He is a professor in Malaysia University of Science and Technology. Madam Malikanu is the Chief Secretary of APC of IPv6 Council. Professor Cyril Raj, Additional Registrar of this university. Distinguished faculty, our guest, Sir G. B. Ramesh, Professor Ganesan, guest students. I am extremely delighted in joining this event. And I am glad to know that the Trivandrum Local Center has organized this excellent program for the parent of the students. On behalf of our university, I thank the IT Institute of Engineers Local Center for this program. This Internet Protocol version 6 is explained by three speakers, so I am not much familiar about IPv6. But I would like to touch upon this day, World Communication and Information Day. We all know that the 21st century revolution is telecommunications. And you are born after 2000 here. But when we were studying or working in 40 years before, in 1986, I booked a phone for my house with BSNL. When I got the telephone connection after 8 years to get a phone connection, we were waiting like that. And those days when we used to make a call to US, you have to wait 3 to 4 hours, even 5 hours to get the call. So today, the touch of the button, you are able to speak internationally, anywhere, anytime, anytime. Such a kind of revolution takes place in telecommunication, and you are all blessed with the technology developments of this stage. This topic that has fundamentally transformed our world in countless ways. Telecommunication and information. These twin pillars have not only reshaped our daily life, but have also revolutionized industries, economies, and the way we interact with one another. Telecommunication, in its essence, is the transmission of information over significant distances to communicate. From the early days of the telegraph to the modern marvels of 5G networks and satellite communications, telecommunication has evolved at a staggering pace. This evolution has brought us closer, made the world smaller, and has enabled the instantaneous exchange of ideas and information. We all know the recent trends in the telecom industry, like Internet of Things, connectivity solutions, 5G and network infrastructure, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, high resolution content, cloud computing, communication models, software-defined networks, and edge computing. These are the field fast developing in the telecommunication industry. The importance of telecommunication in our lives cannot be overstated. It underpins the global economy, allowing business to operate seamlessly across continents. It facilitates international trade, supports remote work, and connects us to global markets. You know, our Indian software exports are reached $200 billion. We are the fourth in the world in getting such a kind of economy. Also, the telecom revenue is reaching 1 lakh crore per year. The ability to communicate instantly with someone halfway across the world has opened up great opportunities for collaboration and innovation. Moreover, telecommunication has been a crucial driver in emergency response and disaster management. When natural disasters strike, robust telecommunication networks ensure that help can be coordinated and delivered swiftly. These networks are the lifelines that keep us connected in times of crisis, ensuring that vital information flows where it is needed most. Parallel to the advancements in telecommunication, the explosion of information, often referred to as the information age, has transformed our society. Information is now more accessible than ever before. The internet, the cornerstone of this age, has democratized knowledge, providing anyone with an internet connection access to almost limitless repository of information. The democratization of information has empowered individuals and communities. It has fueled social movements, given rise to citizen journalism, and embedded education beyond traditional classroom walls. Online courses and educational resources have made lifelong learning reality, breaking down barriers to education and fostering a more informed and enlightened global populace. The developments in this information area are artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, edge computing, Internet of Things, blockchain, robotic process automation, quantum computing, virtual reality and augmented reality, cybersecurity, datafication, 3D printing and additive manufacturing, genomics, big data, and smart technology. These are the areas vastly developing in this field. However, this new era is not without its challenges. The vast amounts of information available can be overwhelming and at times misleading. The rise of misinformation and fake news is a significant concern, highlighting the need for critical thinking and media literacy. As we navigate this sea of information, it is crucial to develop the skills to discern credible sources from unreliable ones. Furthermore, the digital divide remains a pressing issue. Not everyone has equal access to telecommunication technologies and information. Bridging this divide is essential for ensuring the benefits of these advancements are shared equitably. Efforts must be made to provide affordable and reliable internet access to undeserved communities, both in urban and rural areas across the globe. As we look to the future, the convergence of telecommunication and information technology promises even greater innovation. The rise of Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and big data analytics will further revolutionize how we live, work, and interact. Smart cities, connected healthcare, and autonomous vehicles are just a few examples of the transformative potential that lies ahead. Dear students, in conclusion, telecommunication and information have reshaped our world in profound ways. They have brought us closer together, opened up new avenues for growth and development, and empowered individuals with the knowledge and connectivity. As we continue to advance in this digital age, it is imperative that we address the challenges that come with it and strive to create an inclusive and equitable digital future for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inauguration address. Now I will call upon Dr. A. Vinod Kumar to introduce our first speaker, Professor Sureshwaran Ramadas, Professor Emeritus at Malaysian University.
I'm happy to introduce the chief guest, Professor Sureshwaran Ramadas. Is a professor emeritus at the Malaysian University of Science and Technology and chair of the APAC IPv6 Council. He is the emeritus chair for the IPv6 Forum Education Certification Logo Program, focusing on IPv6 and 5G. He previously chaired the International Telecommunication Union and the United Nations IPv6 and IoT Center of Expertise, and was the founding director of the National Trust IPv6 Center of Excellence at University Science Malaysia, leading the successful implementation of IPv6 in Malaysia, and his dedication Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronics, Computer Engineering, and Masters in Electrical and Computer Engineering, University of Miami in 1987 and 1990, and then Doctor of Philosophy in University Science Malaysia 2000, and his awards Anugraha Kaukar Nagara for Innovation and Commercialization 2008, and Wireless World Research Forum Fellow 2010, Malaysian Innovation Award 2007 and 2009, Emeritus Chair IPv6 Forum Education Program, and his career highlights: joined MODCOM Florida in 1989, working on real-time operating systems, co-founded ICOM Business System in 1991, serving as Vice President of Engineering, joined USM in 1992 and founded the Network Research Group in 1993, NAV6 at USM from 2005, Chair of Malaysian IPv6 Forum, Consultant of International Telecommunication Union, and author of the Upgrading Guide to the IPv6 for 5G networks in 2019, founder of CNE6 and the CSC program. The Innovation and Entrepreneurship Forum, founder of MLab Systems Berhad, the first university-based company listed on the Malaysian Stock Exchange, sits on the boards of various technology companies, enriches postgraduate program at MUST, coordinating Industry 4.0 and MSc in Internet Engineering programs. His academic contributions published over 200 research papers and field over 12 patents, 6 awarded, chaired numerous international conferences, and received over $21 million research funding, graduated 19 PhD students, and received over 40 awards for innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing a wonderful introduction about the speaker. Now, I hand over the session to Professor Sureshwaran Ramadas sir. Sir, please.
Thank you. Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay. So I guess I have to share the slides, huh? So give me a minute. Let me get to the slides for you.
This meeting is being recorded.
I need you all to allow me to share screen. The host side, you need to allow me to share my screen. I can't share my screen from here. I don't know if they can hear me only. Can you all allow me to share the screen? I cannot share screen. You haven't given me the permission. Please give it to Prof. Suresh too. Sharing, Prof. Suresh screen sharing.
Professor Prof. Prof, you're the host now. Can you try to share again?
Okay. It still says disabled. It says my screen sharing is disabled. Remember, I'm coming in from two accounts. Huh? So enable it for the second account. Still can't share. Okay.
Prof, your main screen is the host now. Can you try to change it to your slides, the host access?
I'm sorry, Wali, what did you say?
Okay, you're connected through the system, right? The PC. The PC is given the host access now.
Okay. So, okay. The other, you're given the other account, but
Yeah. So I think you give that to your slides, your laptop.
okay, then let me log out and log in again because that doesn't have the slides.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, then.
Prof, we can see your slides. You can unmute yourself. Thank you.
Okay. Can you see my slides now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let me know if there's any issue. I will start sharing. So IPv6. What is IPv6? It is a technology that was developed in the late 1990s because we realized that IPv4 was running out and that we won't have any. And the other question a lot of people ask is, what happened to IPv1, V2, V3, V5, V9, and all? There's only two that's going to exist: IPv4 and IPv6. So the reason there's only two that's going to exist is because there is enough IPv6 addresses to last us probably 10 lifetimes. Okay, so there is nothing that's going to run out within the next 100 to 200 years. Maybe 200 years from now, there will be a new protocol that people are going to look at. But as of now, this is what it is, right? Okay. Checking to see if the screen changes. Okay, IPv6 adoption is vital for any organization to remain competitive and cost effective in an increasingly digital world. While there are many that may be, there may be some initial challenges in deploying IPv6, the long-term benefits for the organizations are significant, right? So initially, an organization may take a while to try to deploy IPv6, them a little bit of knowledge, equipment, but most of the time, all the equipment you buy today, from your mobile phones to your PC, all of those are IPv6 capable already. So what is missing usually is the talent, the ability for the engineer to be able to deploy IPv6. And in the case today, we realize that most of the engineers out there are now beginning to learn IPv6 because there is no more IPv4 addresses, right? So everyone's beginning to learn IPv6. This issue will also be overcome very shortly, right? Just like you all students were all learning IPv6, the whole world is now moving towards this, so every student is learning IPv6. IPv6 facilitates emerging technologies as well. So things like AI. AI requires a lot of endpoints which are not blocked, right? It requires Internet of Things, the access to a lot of devices and a lot of sensors out there, which can go ahead and give feedback and information to either your systems or to intelligent systems, data mining systems, which will then be able to process and analyze the data. And then 5G and IPv6. Now remember, both of these, 5G requires huge amounts of connectivity or supports huge amounts of connectivity. IPv6 provides huge amounts of connectivity. 5G supports huge amounts of connectivity. So what we say, 5G and IPv6 are a marriage made in heaven. Global competitiveness. Now, if you want to become competitive, your organization needs to become competitive globally. You can only do it by ensuring that your organization provides support. If you're a software company, you have to provide support for IPv6. So you can, of course, have IPv4 support in it, but you must also now have IPv6 support in it. And this is very, very important. If you take a look at IPv6 adoption just based on Google users, this will give you a clear indication of how fast IPv6 is moving. Okay, now if you look at 2010, there was almost nothing. So just 12 years ago, 14 years ago, there was almost nothing. If you even go as far as 2015, you would have seen less than 5% of Google users were IPv6, right? So in 2020, 42%. This is, yeah, in 2020, 42% only. Sorry, 25%, right? So 2020, 25% were IPv6 users. 4 years later, actually now we're only in the middle of 2024. So 3.5 years later, these figures have gone up by almost 20% to 42%. So in 3 years, an increase of almost 20% in terms of utilization. You're at 42%. And you see from the trend, this is a very important chart because the trend shows only one thing. It's an upward trend. You don't see anywhere in the trend that goes downwards. It's all going upwards, right? And it's an exponential upwards. What does this mean? Very simple. If you extrapolate this graph, by before 2030, IPv6 will be 90% of the internet. By 2022, 2032, IPv4 will be totally dead on the internet. You take a look at IPv6 adoption across the world. This is a breakdown by countries. And most of you may be surprised, but India is ranked number 3 right now, with almost 70% of IPv6 traffic. Sorry, 70% of traffic, internet traffic from India are IPv6 based. That means more than 50% already coming out of India is IPv6 based. And as a user, you don't realize this, right? As even developers don't realize this. All you do is you use your mobile phone, you use your internet connection, and you're happy as long as it's connected. What you don't realize is your connections are all IPv6 connections, end-to-end connectivity. Right? It's amazing. You are at the forefront of technology. So when you're on your mobile phone and you're talking, you're using the latest technology in terms of internet communication. IPv6 adoption among ISPs in India is amazing. You take a look at the numbers, right? Reliance Jio is just they were innovators. So when Reliance Jio started up their network, they started it as a pure IPv6 network. They're just amazing, right? So 96% of their traffic is IPv6. And of course, with that, every other organization or every other ISP, telco in India started following. And then you had Bharati Mobility, 91%. VIL, ASAP, Vodafone is 87%. Airtel, 60%. Oh, sorry, 60%. And Idea is 88%. The only one that's still not there is BSNL, so the National Internet Network. This is people with the old IPs and the old ways, right? So they will be moving very soon. From what I know and what I've talked to the people, they are also planning moves very fast. Reliance Jio's IPv6 implementation shocked the world. Right? It was native IPv6, just native, and it's amazing. They had extensive coverage, huge amounts of traffic. The network infrastructure was very good, very solid, and covered all of India. And they were, even though they were V6, they did offer a dual stack gateway for old generation IPv4 traffic. What is the global IPv6 market? So why do you need to know and become good at IPv6? Because as I already showed you all in the graph, it is the fastest growing technology on the internet, which means by 2030 or 2027, in this case, the market size is 8.24 billion. It's huge. So one of the technologies that I know India was looking at is to be able to have people own their own IP addresses. And IPv6 can give this. In fact, we have a project in Malaysia we started called My IP, My ID. So basically, what it is I can have an IPv6 address that will belong to me, or a block of IPv6 addresses that will belong to me and my family for generations, for the rest of my life, and for the next generation and the next generation. It won't change. Right? So I can own my own set of IPs for amazingly as long as my generations run. Right? So this is a major, how would you say, a major player when it comes to cybersecurity. So imagine if my IP is fixed, then all my banking methods will only go to this particular IP. And I can be traveling, but the IP will be set on roaming where it will forward it to me. So my banking will be secure because whatever it is, the return address will always be my IP address or the IP that is locked to the bank. So this is something that is a very good thing to have in terms of cybersecurity. Plus, there are a lot more features that can be developed around it. With this, there are so many things more that I can talk about in terms of IPv6, but due to the time constriction and restriction, so I've just given you all some key points, some exciting key points in terms of IPv6. There's still a lot more that you all can do and have fun. Do I answer questions?
Thank you, Prof. Yes, ma'am. Is there any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Since the number of bit representation is 128 bit, does it create a traffic in the network compared to IPv4? The IPv6 is used as 128 bit representation. Does it not create a traffic in the network?
Okay, I get a lot of echo coming from the hall, so I can't hear your question clearly. If somebody can just repeat the question.
Well, I'll just repeat the question. He says the IPv6 is 128-bit representation, so won't it create any traffic?
Won't it?
Create any traffic in the signal, traffic in the network.
It's meant to. You all are using the network. There's going to be lots of traffic on the network, right? But it's not because of the protocol. I mean, it's just that every device can have now end-to-end connectivity on the internet. And we only route, by the way, the internet only routes a 64 address. The balance 64 is considered internal to your organization. So the routing part of the address is a /6.
Any other questions? No other questions, Prof. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an interesting and informative speech on the topic. Your insights were truly valuable. Thank you so much. Now I would call upon Dr. Lakia ma'am to introduce our second speaker, Ms. Vallikannan Nagappan.
Good afternoon. It's my privilege to introduce our second chief guest for today, Ms. Vallikannan Nagappan. Ms. Vallikannan is a distinguished training specialist, bringing a wealth of expertise and experience in planning and implementing both on-site and remote training programs. Her clear communication style, coupled with her enthusiastic and insightful approach, has made her a highly respected figure in the field of education and training. Ms. Valli holds a BTech degree in Information Technology from Anna University. Currently, Ms. Valli serves as a trainer in the corporate sector at NLTVC Education in Penang, Malaysia. Since June 2022, she has led cross-functional training for both internal and external clients, creating comprehensive supporting materials and evaluations. She is dedicated to promoting continuous learning through the design of long-term learning curriculums and is known for her ability to develop engaging presentations and educating the audience. In addition to her role at NLTBC Education, Ms. Valli is the Chief Secretary of APAC IPv6 Council in Penang, Malaysia. In this, she maintains records of council meeting, facilitates discussion, and also ensures smooth operations. She provides invaluable support to council members with scheduling and various administrative tasks. Ms. Valli also contributes significantly to the IPv6 Forum education program as a support team coordinator. She participates in strategic planning for education program development and enhancement, streamlines operations, and ensures efficient handling of tasks such as technical support, content management, and security monitoring. Her commitment to excellence further evidenced by her certifications. She holds the Trainer certificate from HRT Corp Malaysia and is certified as CNE 6 Silver Gold Trainer by the Global IPv6 Forum. So Ms. Valli's skills are multifaceted and very impressive. We are truly honored to have Ms. Valli Kannu Nagappan with us today. Her presence is going to be of great use to all our audience. So I welcome Ms. Valli and stage is yours.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing a wonderful introduction about the speaker. We are privileged to have her. I hand over the session to Ms. Vallikannan Nagappan, ma'am. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I thank the management of Penshire University for giving us this opportunity, and a special thanks to our President Raj sir and Maripani sir. Okay. So, am I audible enough to everyone? Okay. So now we will talk about the IPv6 deployment, assessment, and capacity building. It might sound like a Greek and Latin for you, but still, I think by the end of the slides you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are going to see about the IPv6 transition phases and the assessment. Basically, the assessment is not the responsibility of an ISP or a university level. In the sense, we also can know what should be done to do the migration to IPv6. So I will give a gist of what should be done at the initial stages, and the assessment will decide what type of training to be given to the engineers who are working for that. The first is the IPv6 transition phases. Here you can see the first level is the readiness assessment, which means your university or your organization must check whether you're ready for transition to IPv6. How do we do that actually? A comprehensive IPv6 assessment report, which includes details on IPv6 readiness like the infrastructure, the devices, the internet traffic, whatever is happening in your network should be actually considered first. So now we'll only go for the readiness assessment because the other stages will follow after the readiness is assessed. For example, the next stage is implementation strategy and framework. A comprehensive IPv6 deployment and recommendation document will be provided where your organization, your company will actually deploy IPv6. Okay, and then the implementation phase and then the audit phase. Audit phase is to check whether your IPv6 migration is successful or not. So this is the basic steps any organization or an ISP will follow to actually migrate to IPv6. This is the basic level that we as students we can know about it. And now you see there this assessment and challenges of IPv6 deployment. Assessment steps. First, the infrastructure review, like I said, and the benefits, challenges, what kind of training should be given for the students. And the main challenge is about the cost, which everyone is considering because how is the cost in the sense we already have IPv4 network in our system. So when we have to migrate IPv6, it involves a lot of like NATing and other transition processes, which might involve cost and legacy applications. Some older software might not be compatible with IPv6. So these are the things that we must check before transitioning. And expertise, which means do you have the trained staff or the technical engineer to do this migration? That's very important to know. Again, there are a few more things like IPv6 deployment assessment for capacity building. Okay. So now I'll tell you why I actually told about readiness assessment. Because based on this assessment only, a company or an organization will decide what kind of training should be given to the engineers. Okay, so now you may not wonder, we're not working anywhere in an organization, we're all just students here. Why should we even know about this? Your college, the university is giving you a golden opportunity to learn this beforehand, even before you're going to an organization as a network engineer. So what happens is the deployment assessment decides what type of training should be given to an engineer. Either it should be like a code level or programming level. So there are a lot of courses available for IPv6. Okay? And like I said, successful deployment requires skilled workforce. It's self-explanatory, which says that you have to learn to deploy, and deployment drives training needs and ongoing support. Even after deploying, you should provide support to the engineer. You have to provide support to the organization, so you need to know about IPv6. Okay, so next is the IPv6 capacity building plan. What is capacity building? Is basically getting trained in skills. That's capacity building. So why should you get certified? Businesses begin to search for qualified engineers. I'm sure when you go for a job, or they'll ask for certificates. A lot of job roles are asking for job certifications. So this is the reason why you should actually get certified, because you get an upper hand in the job. I'm very sure getting a job is very difficult these days, and all of us cannot fall for IT developer job because it's full already. They're laying off. It's all there. The stories. It's all there. So we are actually introducing you to something called network engineering. Your college, your university is introducing you to network engineering, and we are very happy to share this news with you, because software engineering is not the only job role that's available in the market, and the job market is very bad for software engineers. I myself can see that. So this is another opportunity for you to know what IPv6 is, what is network engineering. Some job roles where you can, some job roles related to IPv6 is like network engineer, system engineers. All this you can see in the job role, but then they won't mention as IPv6 network engineer. It's understood that you have to know IPv6 if you're going as a network engineer, because there's no more IPv4. Every company like I said, ongoing support, which means any organization, if it actually wants a network engineer, it means by default, you should be certified in IPv6. So that is another reason why you should know about this. Because I've been training a few students in your college, and I got to know that, even I think 10 years back also it was the same syllabus, now also the same syllabus. We have computer networks. Basically it teaches about the networks, but nothing about IPv6. So this is an extra skill that will help you get a better job. And like I said, with certification, engineers may demonstrate their IPv6 proficiency, have self-assurance. Okay, these are some of the training programs that's available in the market. You can see a lot of training programs, like if you go to different platforms, you see different courses available. The main courses that's provided is a network engineering, certified network engineer for IPv6, silver and gold. And you also have a trainer program. Trainer program in the sense, once you complete your silver and gold, you can become a trainer. And for security engineering also you have silver and gold. I think you have a trainer for security. And network programmer IPv6, which means you get to do some programming. Right. So these are some of the courses that's available. And this have provided a sample 12-month capacity building plan. This is actually for outside India. We don't the capacity building. I see there's 630 engineers who will be completely certified in all these courses in a period of 1 year. But when we go out of India, it's only around 250 engineers because of the volume here. We tend to accommodate a lot of students inside. So the first is the IPv6 awareness, that's fundamentals of IPv6. I think a few of your friends or seniors have gone through this course already. And I would also like to let you know that your college is the first to get trained in southern India, from IPv6, regarding IPv6. So you are having an upper hand on this. And also the basic level, the CNA6, all those courses that I mentioned. And again, the IPv6 advanced is the gold level. This is actually a sample 12-month plan that we actually created. It can vary. And like I said, the assessment serves as the first vital step for deciding the capacity building plan. And then by identifying the strengths, weaknesses, we can actually assessment lays the foundation for a targeted capacity building program. And the next is the considerations, like technology evolves, ongoing assessment and capacity building also evolves, which we have already summarized. Next, I would like to talk about the IPv6 education logo program, a bit of it, so you will know what is happening. In southern India, Infinite Comtech is the only authorized training provider from IPv6 Forum, managed by Kumar Pandyan sir. So any certifications come through them for us. And there are several authorized training providers. If you look at this screen, you will see Spain, US, China, Morocco, around 20 ATPs authorized training providers are available across the globe. And this is a certificate, sample certificate that we provide from the Global IPv6 Forum, which values more, I can guarantee say that it values equally or more than Cisco. I can actually say that. I mean, I'm mentioning this because they are the most famous in India, so I'm just mentioning this word. But this holds a lot of value when you go for working. You get this certification is very valuable when you search for a network engineer job role. And when you become a network engineer, when you get a certification from the IPv6 Global Forum, your name will be listed in the website itself. So you can only provide the link to your organization and the organization can verify your certificate. So this is a premium privilege that you will be getting from the IPv6 Forum. Here also you can see a lot of names like they are from Africa, they are from Morocco, they are from Latin America. So the website address is education.ipv6forum.com. You can find more information. And I would like to tell a few words about the APAC IPv6 Council also because I'm the Chief Secretary, so I have to mention about it. And like I said, it handles we are more focused on implementing or deploying IPv6 across the APAC region, Asia Pacific region. That's our, it's actually like, it's a non-profit organization where it's not like we get the money and help them. No, we make sure that we provide information, we provide first-hand information. Your college is also going to be a member soon. Hope Dr. Sibilraj sir become a member soon. Yeah, so you get a first-hand knowledge about everything that happens around the world regarding IPv6. Also, a lot of workshops, seminars, everything you will get a first-hand knowledge about it. All the newsletters will also provide you, and we also get some discounts on training programs also. And currently, the council was launched on September 2023 last year during the conference in Malaysia. And right now we have organizational members, 25 organizational members, including the DIXI India, Bharat IPv6 Forum, APNIC, PAN, all of them are members already. And contributing members are members who will provide information to us, like they provide some documentation. So I'm very sure your university can also be a contributing member for the council. And the individual members are members who will gain out of it, like you students and professors. All of you can join as individual members, where you will be at the receiving end. So of any information or anything related to the council or the IPv6, you will get the information from there. And this is the website link for the APAC IPv6 Council, apacv6.org. Again, this is a roadmap of APAC IPv6 Council. You can actually see here. We are in talks with Department of Telecommunication India. So this is mainly because for any jobs that's there in India, our certification and our training should be the most vital certificate that should be mentioned even in the job description of all the companies. So we are talking with Department of Telecommunication India and then Malaysian government, and we're talking with Indonesia and Vietnam also. This is for the year 2024. This is our plan for year 2024. And also there you can see we are collaborating with FB, IPv8, APAN, Bharat IPv6 Forum, DIXI, Huawei. Some of the training programs and testing and deployment are IPv6 evolution roadmap. We have already published a white paper on this, and then transition to IPv6 only networks for government infrastructure, cyber security, and some training programs. So these are the ongoing capacity building awareness programs. And like I said, you can also become an individual member if you really like to know more about IPv6. And any questions? Okay, I think I'm very clear. Or this means either I'm very clear or you understood something out of what I said. Anyways, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for delivering such an interesting and informative speech on the topic. Your perspective was truly enlightening and valuable. Thank you so much. Now I will call upon Dr. F. Anthony to introduce our third speaker, Dr. V. Sibilraj sir.
Warm greetings and good afternoon to one and all present here. It is a great pleasure and honor to introduce my mentor, Dr. V. Sibilraj sir, who is our esteemed chief guest and resource person for this event. Currently, Professor Dr. V. Sibilraj serves as the Additional Registrar, Administration, and Professor of CSE and IT at the renowned Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. With 2 decades of teaching experience in computer science and engineering, he has made a significant impact on the education sector. Throughout his illustrious career, Sibilraj sir has held various administrative positions with the academic renown. He has served as the Joint Registrar, Academic and Administration, Dean of Engineering and Technology, and Additional Dean of Engineering and Technology at Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute. Professor Selvraj sir contribution to the academia extends beyond his administrative roles. He is an active member in the prestigious professional organization and is holding a position of secretary in IAPVLC and the Computer Society of India and the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, that is IEEE, and the chairman of IET Computing Science. He has played a vital role in advancing the field of computing. His research interests encompasses such as bioinformatics, cytoforensics, wireless network, intelligent transportation system, and cloud computing. His commitment to promoting research and development has helped to the successful acquisition of funding for various research projects in MSME and DST. In conclusion, Professor Silraj sir is a the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing a wonderful introduction about the speaker. Now I will hand over the session to Dr. V. Siriraj, sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Anthony, for such a lavish introduction to me. Anyway, I'm professor interested in learning new developments every day. So this is because the way the pace of technology developments needs are update uh, every day. So that's what actually I'm going to say. Dear friends, first of all, I would like to thank our mentor, Dr. Viswanathan sir, and then my faculty friends for providing such a wonderful ecosystem for all of us to learn everything. This IPv6 also, just a few months before when I got our friend Gurapandi, when he started, it's something like torturing me, sir. If you miss this opportunity, that is the knowledge of IPv6 among the faculty as well as among the students community, you will read. I mean, you're doing injustice to the student community. That's what actually he's. So then immediately we woke up and then we said, okay, why don't you bring people who are associated with a particular domain to us? And then we started learning by ourselves. Then we had a very close group. Dr. Nandin is there, and then Dr. Geeta had a department, and then Dr. Kanya had a department of IT. So we made a fora so that okay, then some of the faculty members. Even I am also one of the faculty member in that particular forum to update. We started learning also. So here in this stage, I am here to just to tell you what much that IPv6 is going to give to us over a couple of centuries. That's what actually I can say. Okay, now my topic today is the IPv6 in IoT. I think IoT is a buzzword right now. Everybody is talking about Internet of Things. Here, that too. We have the smart city mission because actually we should connect what is the technology and then what are the standards and then what is the practical application of that particular technology. So that here we can easily understand where the fundamental starts and then how it finally applies onto our day-to-day development, I mean our day-to-day lifestyle also. So that's what actually I've meticulously chosen this particular topic for my presentation. Okay. So I've divided my presentation in this way. First, I will be talking about the advantage of IPv6, and then what is the difference between IPv4 and then IPv6, and then a little bit dosage on IoT also. But I do not